Are we hot? I think we're hot. Okay. Well, I'm solo today, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I uh, I know Rico's dealing with some personal shit that he's got to get taken care of. I do have a invite out to Skipper and Ed, so they might show up. Although Skipper did say he had to work, so but Ed might be sleeping. So I thought I'd just sit here and talk. I'm not great at just talking to myself though, so we'll have to see how this goes. I see Oinky was the first one in here. Hi, Oinky. Squatchy. Robert, you're my first three in. Looks like the bloom is off the rose, though. Hey, there's Ed right there. Let's add him to the stage. There he is. Hey, buddy.
How are you doing today?
I'm all right. How are you?
I don't know. I just woke up like 5 minutes ago.
I've been up for like 4 hours. My kid came in last night at at about 12:30 in the morning. So yeah, I was a little excited about that.
That's awesome.
Then we went out for breakfast today, this morning. So
Well, that's fun.
what? You just woke up, so you haven't gotten much accomplished yet, huh?
Nope. Well, it got up. That's pretty good.
Oh, I was. Plus, I was all messed up here. Okay, so looks like. Oh my goodness, I really screwed the pooch in this one. Professor's in here. Hey, Professor.
Awesome.
Hey, Kevin. I see you. 3G. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Shady. New local Mike. June. Freaky Fish. Stephen P. You're up early.
I
Denny.
dreamt about him again.
You dreamed another dream about Stephen P.
Yeah. And there's
Leslie
my
Perry.
Oinky.
Yep. Leslie Oiki was here first. Kara.
Nice.
Anthony. Nano. Melvin. Vanaski. What else did I see sneak in here? Kevin's
I said June's there.
June. Yep, June. B Wiz, Red, the whole fish gang. So I don't really have a topic today. I just I got all messed up this week. It was a crazy week at work, and then the kid came home, and I was trying to get stuff ready for her. So her room was back in order because it kind of got turned into a catch-all.
Now, how old is your kid?
She is 29. So this is her last year of youth, as it were.
Now, are you going to have a room for her when you move to Tennessee, or
Probably.
just
I
a
mean, it
guest
won't be
room?
specifically for her. It'll be for any of the kids that want to come up, but it won't be big enough for like an entire family. It's just I'm going to have a bedroom, an office, and a spare room, and the youngest doesn't have any kids yet, but my oldest daughter has a couple kids, and my oldest boy has three kids. So
Well, how many kids do you have?
I I have four. One obviously is not with us anymore. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I have the two girls and the oldest boy is still with me. Hey, depth charge. See, you just had to remind me of that one time, and now I know where I seen you.
Charge is a great name.
It is. It's hard for me to say though. Depth charge. So how's it going with you? What are you working on?
Pretty good. Well, last night, I normally get to have two shows to get things done, but Skipper had to work today, so I never got done. And then I didn't get his. Normally, I spend nothing but look at my project and talk on my show, but I had to try to watch the stream a little last night.
Who are you kidding?
Very
You weren't
little, but
watching that at all.
I looked at it more than normal. But I'm making like an Aztec fountain that's going to go above my fish tank. This is what's going to go underneath in front of the sponge filter. So
Oh,
it's a
okay.
sponge filter hide.
So it's kind of it's a hide.
And then this is going to go above it and dribble water into the tank.
Okay. Very cool. Wonder, I mean, it's just outside the box thinking, but I see that nose piece.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if you could, in the future build, maybe like tie in another airline so it bubbles. That might be stupid.
On this?
Yeah. So it's bubbling out the
The
nose.
tough part would be drilling through the PVC.
Well, could you do it prior to, or no?
Oh, I mean, I could always make one like that.
That's what I meant in a future build, not this one. Obviously, you're already set. You put a drill on that, it might go into like 3, 4, 5 pieces.
Yeah. Even though this is actually made of PVC too. This is Sculpty. Sculpty is basically the leftovers from PVC. At a PVC plant, they take all the scrap, grind it up into powder, add some chemicals to it, and then when you bake it, the chemicals get baked out, and you're left with just a PVC basically form, and that's why it's safe for your fish tank.
Cool. So it ends up feeling plasticky, or no?
It feels more like a rock almost.
So
it doesn't have the nice
it's
polished edge
right
that the
PVC does.
Yeah. I don't know if when they cook it, or maybe because it's going through a tube, a mold, or how it works, but I never got it polished like they do.
I appreciate it, buddy.
I'm gonna do this so that way
we can see what.
So it's a little bit of craft ed on whip.
Yep.
I hope you don't mind.
It's fine. Hey, Foxanne.
Foxy. I didn't get to see Foxy last night. I spent almost 4 hours looking for some video for my PSA yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Normally I can find them pretty fast, but for some reason I couldn't find it.
One that you had already produced, basically?
Well, I find the video, but the problem is I can't pull the video off of any other source than TikTok. So I'll find it on Instagram, then I just type in normally everything on Instagram or YouTube is on TikTok. Couldn't find anything that I had saved. Like I write the names down of the videos and then I go search for it on TikTok. Couldn't find anything. So I had to totally start from scratch yesterday.
Oh.
I have to blow my nose real quick. Sorry.
Larry D. And Kalish. Hey, Kalish. Breathe shallow, Kevin. Breathe shallow. You've seen what happens when they take too big a hit.
There we go. But yeah, so yesterday I had a heck of a time trying to get my PSA done in time.
But you made her.
Yep. I hope it was okay. It was goofy, but that's what they're supposed to be, right?
Yep. That's what makes them fun.
Yep. I try to make them always way different from the others.
So this is what I'm dealing with. I don't remember if I talked about this last week. If I did, just tell me that. Shut up. But so my I've kind of talked about it a little bit on chat, but not on. I don't think I've talked about it on the live anywhere. My Google Pay is asking me to verify who I am. Like they need me to send in like official documentation with my picture ID and stuff and name and
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And because of that, I won't do it. I'm not going to send them that stuff. They can steal it off the dark web just like everybody else. Uh, they have canceled or they have declined payment on all my memberships. So memberships I've had for 3 and 4 years are gone now. My Prime, not Prime, my premium YouTube account has been kicked back down to regular. So I'm forced to watch those horrible commercials all the time again. I'm like,
Oh
geez,
no.
I got so used to no commercials.
I know. I have that on mine too.
I can't super chat. I can't super sticker anybody. It all gets declined.
Well, you were talking about it afterwards on after D&D.
Oh, that's where I talked about it in real person. So that was after
Yep.
the fact. Nobody was really around.
Nope.
Oh, that's where I talked. Oh, shut up. That's unprofessional. That I had the volume up. Um,
one thing you one thing people don't realize at home is a lot of times we'll talk for a half hour to an hour after the show
mm,
behind the scenes.
well, that happened with Rico and I after this show, on my first show, I think it was. I mean, I was literally, I went to John's, My Fish Tanks Aquatics,
Mm-hmm.
um, after this show, and I was like an hour and 15 minutes late. I'm like, sorry,
Yep.
sorry, we got to chatting.
It happens.
I struggle to talk about stuff and keep you guys even remotely interested, and then after the show, I'm all chatty. Hey, Richard, is that a different? Somebody type in here if Richard Reynolds with the Go with the Flow Aquatics is the same Richard Reynolds that doesn't have Go with the Flow Aquatics on his
Oh
name.
my gosh.
Is there two Richard Reynolds?
That's one thing is I only have one more person left that wants to sponsor one of my PSAs.
Well,
So if anybody wants to sponsor,
if I can figure out how to pay for one, I'll sponsor one for you.
well, you've been a member long enough. The PSAs,
But
I don't have anything special for my members. So I thought the PSAs would be kind of a fun way of recognizing a different member every week, you know?
oh, okay.
I mean, I don't actually take money from them.
There can be only one.
But that's such a bummer because your memberships are so old, you know? And I wish
Yes.
there was a way that you could activate it.
Yeah, and like get your old stuff back or just bridge the gap somehow.
Mm-hmm.
That would be nice, but it doesn't work that way apparently.
I should go and see what memberships I have right now because there might be channels that aren't even around anymore that I'm paying for.
You're paying for?
Well, memberships too,
Oh,
or
not people who
subscriptions.
are members to you, but ones that you are.
Yeah, like I love Joseph. Can't think of what Joseph's show is called. Well,
I need more
Joseph,
help
the
than that.
guy that lived down in like the Bahamas, he used to do the fish news years ago. I don't think he's made anything for about a year or two, and I was one of his members. I need to go check.
Hi,
I'm
Tracy
gonna
and Mike B. I'm at the bottom of the chat, buddy. Hey, there's Johnny Cakes. Johnny No Shoes.
I wonder what type of cake Johnny Cakes likes.
I don't know. He's in much better shape than I am, so I like all cake.
You know, do you like red velvet cake?
I will eat it. Is it chocolate with a red velvet kind of in the middle? Is that what that is?
It's
Or
well,
is it
it's
vanilla with a?
no, it's a red chocolate cake. It with a cream cheese filling or butter. No, cream cheese. I don't care for it. I don't see why people love it so much. Let me
Back in the day,
see.
I would have ate anything. Now that I'm type 2, I can't hardly do. I can't. Oh yeah, that's right. Johnny is diabetic. He's right there with me. So neither one of us can eat cake anymore.
Here we go. Purchases and memberships.
No cake for you.
No cake. Okay, I got Q Aquatics, Rico, Foxy, Skipper, Stephen P. Oh, this is okay. I got TGOE, Danikin, Rico. How about those Chiefs? Oh, that was a super sticker. I want to know just my memberships, not my super stickers. I guess I just have to kind of. Well, this is going to take forever if it has all my. Okay, here's my membership. Skipper, Only Oscars, Primetime Aquatics, Foxy Fish, Rico, Fantastic Freaks, Bentley,
Jenny.
The Secret History of My Vacation. I mean, in my aquarium. Garden of Eater, Maine's Tails, Furs and Fins, Science Gal, Stephen P, Aquarium Co-op, LRB, KG, Punchy Paints, Susan. Is Susan still doing a show?
uh, the Fish Fem Mom or
Yeah.
Susie Q.
Fish Fan Mom.
I haven't seen her on in a long time. Although she does post on like Instagram once in a while, but not on YouTube. I haven't seen her on YouTube forever.
Okay, it was JH Aquatics, and it expired a year ago. So I guess if they don't do anything for a long time, that it expires. Yeah, like here are ones that expired: JH, Cheppy, Multi Tank Addiction, Pond Life, Steam Thought. I wonder why that did. Dan's, Sharpie. Oh, those are my inactives. Stopped. Weird.
I can list the ones I am members to in 1 second. None. So, hey, Lisa's here. I missed you coming in. Lurking while working.
Lisa's awesome.
She is awesome. If I lived closer, I'd be bothering her every day. Danny Aquatics. Hey, Danny.
Man. So
I'd be over there bugging
Lisa.
her and her and John all the time.
I probably wouldn't, but I'd be asking John probably if he'd want to watch a game or something.
Oh, I'd be asking John what would fit in my 40-gallon. What kind of fish would fit in my 40-gallon?
He would love that. He'd prefer the big fish, you know?
Every day I'd ask him.
Ask him what cichlid would go in your 40, and then he'd be a lot happier. And then ask him, you guys, here's something about John, is he loves movie quotes. So try to hit John with movie quotes, and he'll love you forever. I watch lots of movies, but I don't remember any of the quotes. I just watch them and then go to the next one. He must watch the same one and say, okay, that's a good line. I don't know.
Some people are just good at remembering that stuff. We were picking up. Hey, Creek, Creek. We were picking
Silver
up a
Creek.
cat. We drove all the way out there to pick up a cat, and I said, I don't know what we were talking about, but I said, just say it, and that keyed him to a show that he watches, and that was his favorite line from the show he watches. And he's giving me hints as to where it was from, and I'm like, I have no idea. And then when he told me where it was from, I'm like, oh my god, I should have known that. I've only watched that series like 30 times.
Was it Firefly?
No, it was the prequel to Game of Thrones, and I'm
Oh,
having stream brain. I can't remember the name of that one.
I don't know.
It's oh man, that sucks.
I had free
Hey Jimmy,
HBO for a week.
Jimmy's here.
Hey, Jimmy. Oh, can I say something quick to Jimmy?
No,
Okay.
go ahead.
Well, it's concerning fantasy baseball, and this is for anybody else that would maybe like to play fantasy baseball. I was wondering if they'd be interested in doing an auction version of fantasy sports, because instead of drafting players, every team gets $250 to spend on your team. And let's say you have, just to make it easy, 25 players on your team. That's an average salary of $10 per player. But a player has to be paid at least $1. So what you could do is get your favorite player for $225 and then just have $25 for the last 24 guys on your team. So you for the auction style.
Right.
And I just thought it'd be kind of fun to try because I haven't done one in years.
How is this going to work if you don't mind me? I must have missed something.
What's that?
Because if Freaky Fish Lady were to tell me something, I would definitely mind her. I do everything I'm told, almost.
She's probably a Cardinals fan.
Well, no. Freaky, didn't you come from down south somewhere? Oh, it's a quote from a movie. My bad. I don't know that one.
What was it?
How is this going to work if you don't mind me?
Mm.
It's got to be
See,
Firefly or probably Firefly, right?
I don't know. We got to have John here because I can't do that. And it's weird because I really love movies.
Texas. That's what I thought you were, but you were originally from Missouri. So you and Ed were stomping the same mud.
Yep.
And now she's
Of course, I
coming
didn't
here.
meet her till I moved. I don't think I met her like in my 20s at the St. Louis Fish Club because she was really cool. And back then, there wasn't too many cool people in the club. Mm. Oh, what did Oinky said? A whole paragraph there.
She did, and she was talking to Lisa about something she
Oh,
found on Esty.
oh my gosh. When my sister gets back from her cruise, I've got to get her to help me set up at Etsy. So that way I can sell these. I'd like to make like 25 of these sponge filter hides and put them up. And then I'll just do a a bunch of my other different weird sculptures. I don't know
Ziggy
if anybody's gonna
Squatch. That's a
like
new
this
one. Hey,
one. A
Ziggy.
what?
I don't know. Ziggy Squatch. I don't know Ziggy Squatch. Do you know Ziggy Squatch?
Hey,
Welcome to the stream.
I don't know. I'm sorry, Zig. I
Yeah.
probably do, and sometimes people change their names too.
Every
Like
once in a while.
Jimmy.
Jimmy and Melvin and Richard apparently.
They changed my name. And you know what? It was the best thing for me because I used to just go by my normal name, Ed Shake on here. And then I had Nico as my little avatar on the side. And it was before I did YouTube. And yeah, it was, I barely knew anybody. And then when I changed my name to Chattanooga Ed, then people started to know where I was and just worked out a lot better. And then I made the show or the channel.
And
But I
then
changed,
you started posting videos, shorts of your cat, and you blew up.
yeah. Well, I wouldn't say blow up.
Where are
You
you
know,
at?
I'm
You're
gonna
over 3?
over 3,000.
Yeah. Are you?
Let's see. I'm at 14,712.
Holy crap! You're way higher than I thought you were.
I average
I have a star on my
75,000
show.
views. Yeah. I average 75,000 views a month and going up. I used to actually do better. When shorts were really hot a year ago, I was growing like crazy. And then last year was slowed down and now I'm back going again. But I used to average about 95,000 views a month. I'm getting close to 2,000 views. That's my goal. Let's see where I'm at. Let's see how many total views I have. It's fun to look at analytics. This is another thing that people will do way too much after the stream. Yeah, I still need 120,000 more views.
Do what? What does that get you?
2 million.
Oh,
But it's funny because you can
well, you
see
got
where like,
yeah, something happened.
and then yeah, I went like half of my career I had very few views until the 2000s, and then I started really just jumping up. It's
Hmm.
weird.
I don't even know how to look for that stuff. I was kind of perusing the analytics just to see because I hear you say once in a while I got 2 new subs from that video and 3 from that
Mm-hmm.
video. I have no idea where to even look for that to see if I ever like I put up 2 non-fish related um, uh, shorts just recently, and they've obviously they've way outperformed anything I've done personally. But I think
Oh
I
my
gained like
gosh,
50 subs from that.
that's
Well,
awesome. Well,
they're not going to stick around when they see what I'm actually doing, but whatever.
YouTube really starts to love you once you get over 5,000. But once you get over 1,000, they'll start promoting you a little. But once you hit 5,000, then they really start promoting you. And then it's just putting out a lot of stuff. I did not see the video of a police officer in with a prisoner in, did he say North Chattanooga? Where did I see North in there?
North of Chattanooga, just in like
Yeah,
15 minutes north of Chattanooga. So
that's
that's
like where
halfway
I
between
am.
you and me, right? I mean, how far away are you from
I,
me? Like 45 minutes?
I'm 45 minutes from you.
Yeah, so that was half an hour south of me, 15 minutes north of you.
Yeah, I'm in a town called Dayton, Tennessee. Um, it's like a suburb kind of suburb / town just outside of Chattanooga. I tried looking for land in Chattanooga, but all the good land is like battlefields. Like all the really beautiful flat land in Chattanooga is all battlefields from the Civil War. So nobody can live there. And it really, I think, drives the price up if you want to live in the city. Hey, there's Bob Kaler. Hey, Bob, were we
Bobby.
supposed to go out this week? I wanted to see if Bob wanted to go out this week.
And do
And then I
what?
forgot all
What
about
are
it
you looking to
with the
do?
Super Bowl. I think we were going to go fish store shopping.
You gonna go way out of your way again, or are you sticking close to home this time?
It's up to Bob.
Or are you looking to buy a fish store?
No. A lot of times Bob likes to look at different reptile stuff too. So it might have been reptiles. We may have been going to Atlanta. We like to go to Atlanta every so often, and we haven't done that in a long time. We haven't done anything hardly in a long time.
Well, poor Bobby, he's been sick for the last week or two, so
Well, he works so much. He's only supposed to work like 20 hours at the Arc, but they're down like a couple of people, so he's been like working 60 hours. He's been killing himself at the Arc. I mean, that was the last time I talked to him.
right. Hey, Homer.
But I haven't been on Pam's show in a long time either. I'm trying to build 2 blocks here. This is going to give the weight to the bottom of this statue so it doesn't just flip right into the tub or the tank. It was pretty cool. We went to this one place called Titan or Prestige Aquatics in Atlanta. They're like this big, huge fish store in Atlanta. They have like 30 trucks that service like different businesses, just like their fish tanks and stuff. So, I mean, just a huge operation. Well, they had all their employees were helping people with fish. So I was helping this one couple because they were looking at this big saltwater parrot. And I was giving them my opinion and stuff and saying it's not going to work in your little fish tank, but being nice about it.
Mhm.
And then the manager said, "You're hired," and told me that I was hired as one of her store employees to sell fish. And I'm like, "Well, I don't live anywhere around here." And she said, "Just
Yeah,
fill out an
yeah.
application." It's like, well, kind of a long commute. I got a fish store job in Atlanta.
Thanks, Tracy. I appreciate it. Stay safe. Ed says, or Bobby said, sounds good, Ed.
Awesome.
And Kevin said you should go check out Aquarium Unlimited in Virginia. It's only about a 10-hour drive from you.
Well, I've got a niece that lives in West Virginia now. So,
Mountain
and I've
Mama.
got some fish I want to collect in Virginia.
Yeah, they're that's the pet store that John and Lisa go to quite a bit, and we went there the same day that we picked up the kitten. And boy, that place is every bit as cool as they say it is when they talk about it on their channel. I mean, they got everything there.
Was it a big
Saltwater, yeah, it's fresh water, and they got. I don't think they're for sale, but I mean, they've got a sloth in there and some kind of
Oh, wow.
monkeys. I don't know if they were monkeys. They were some kind of primate-looking thing. 2 of them in the front cage. Dogs running around loose, playing ball.
I don't think I'd like that.
You
I
wouldn't
don't
like
like those
that?
dogs. No, I don't want those dogs attacking me.
They're not gonna attack you. They're cute little fluffy, happy-go-lucky dogs.
You tell
Skitty!
them that. Then you accidentally step on them and they bite you.
No, that's a
I've lived
cat.
this story.
That's what happens when you
Oh,
step on a cat, or
how can
you
you
trip
step
on
on a
them and
cat?
fall down.
You know, I did step on baby cat not too long ago and I felt horrible. I was in my bathroom getting ready and I didn't step on her, but she's so long and furry. I stepped on some of her fur. Oh, oh, my doctor's calling me. Do you mind if I take this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'll be right back. Oh, where's my
I'll
mute?
be
I don't
here.
want everybody to hear my story or hear my doctor's appointment.
Yeah, Oinky, it's really cool. Um, I mean, yeah, it's just a pet store, but I mean, they got all kinds of stuff there. It's pretty impressive. They opened up this back room. So they got reptiles now. Yeah, just the whole thing about it is pretty cool. Watch out for that mean puppy. Puppies are only mean if you make them mean. Although I have tripped on my fair share of them. Yeah, you and me both. I didn't have any pictures to really share, Kevin. What I had was, I think Mike took, or Maritza, one of them took those pictures and sent them to me so I could at least say I was there. But all right, Professor, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. I know today is not as cool as the last couple shows, but I came in with no plan. That didn't help. Right on, June, bottom of the chat. I don't think he's in here anymore, though. I haven't seen him. Did you hear his new song yet? He calls out a few more folk. Maybe the ones he missed in the first one. I don't know. Video coverage I've seen from the store looks fabulous. Yep, for sure. They're also friendly. I mean, it wasn't like they were pushing anything on you, but they were. There was plenty of help there. It wasn't like you were like I go to a Petco around here, and I'll stand back there by the fish for. Good God, I could stand there for 20 minutes and nobody even bat an eye at me. Zenny! And this place, you walk in the door, they're greeting you at the door. They swinging past you every 10 minutes or so, asking if everything's going all right. What song is that? You're going to have to be a little bit more specific there, Mr. Reynolds. I don't know what song we're talking about. Did you post something earlier, maybe, that I missed? Let's see. That doesn't work. Do this. Yeah, I don't see anything. It's gonna be a lot of dead air if I go looking. You've bagged your own fish at Petco. That's awesome. So not much better down by you, huh? I've got bins to put bedding in. Should help me get into the closet. I think I'm missing stuff. You just said someone did a new song. Oh, Mike. Mike did a new song. He's got song number 2 is out and hot, unless he took it down. But I listened to it the other day. So what else do we want to talk about? Somebody put a question in here. What you want to know? I'll tell you anything, almost anything. That's what I said, June. I said, yeah, that was not as good as the first one. I'm not in the second one. So I guess what can we talk about? I don't know. I am going to be tearing down some stuff now that my kids are home. Whoops World, I have a question about Mac the ghost knife. How would you define the growth rate on a knife? Is it as slow on the slow? It is on the slow side, but not like Frontosa slow. I've had him for about a year, and he's gone from like I should have measured him when I first got him, 2.5 inches to whatever he's at now. He's got to be 8 or 9 now. So I mean he's gone from like this to roughly this in a year and a half. Now, I mean, if it not Oscar fast, I mean, my Oscar got that big or bigger in a year, but he's doing okay. I put him in the same gap category as the black Arrow. She's probably doubled in size since I got her, and I got her middle of last year. She's definitely girthier. She was such a little thing when I brought her home. I didn't think she was going to live. I look at that first video, that first short that I did of her, and I'm like, good Lord. She had no belly. I mean, there was virtually nothing to her, just eyeballs. Gotcha. Yeah, so with the kids coming home this weekend, I am going to get some stuff done, I think. I'm going to be setting up the flower horns 90-gallon upstairs and getting that ready. And then I'm going to adios this love seat because it's falling apart. I don't have the chemical down here anymore, but I had this is what picked me up some chemical to kind of wipe it down because it'd been sitting for a while and not being used. It was a little dusty, whatnot. And now, I don't know if I can do this without spilling everything up. I don't know if you can see that. That's all the pleather is coming off the backing. So now that's just backing in there. It's weird. So I'm just going to pitch the whole thing. J Rock, what's up, J Rock? Good to see you. Woo! Participants are dropping right quickly, man. Dropping quickly down to 36. So yeah, I hope to have that done today, and then we'll probably go out and spend some time with the kid. What's everybody's plans this weekend? Anybody got any swaps to go to? Anybody got anything going on fish related? Other than Bobby and Ed? A marine cave tank. I don't know. How would you scape a marine cave tank? First of all, I guess I would have to go find what that even looks like because I do not do saltwater. So that would be an interesting. Is Richard leaving? Back to work. Dang. Lisa's still here. Thanks for stopping in, Rich. Appreciate it. J-Rock is making nunchucks. That's cool. I haven't had those in 30 years. Miss Dee Dee's still working, trying to catch up after her hour of power before this train wreck started up. Welcome back, B-Wiz. So I don't know, as I get as I get busier with this whole thing, this whole hobby on YouTube thing, I'm struggling with ideas, topics on what to talk about. I don't want to come off as a guy that's telling you how to do your tanks, because your tanks are your tanks, and you do them the way you want to do them. I always tell people I have no problem with the way you do it, unless you're drowning kittens or using puppies for musky bait. I don't really care what you do. So I'm not great for advice because I don't know how you're doing your setup, but I guess I could talk to y'all, for a little bit anyway on how I do mine. What is this here? Oinky asks, or it says, I would love to be a ghost knife mom. I believe it to be a fish that everyone can find mesmerizing. That's for sure when they come out. And if you can't, well, you just can't be friends with Whip, Jenna, Steven, and me. Yeah, the only issue with them is why they like to disappear. I mean, that video that I shot, what was it, a week ago now? I literally hadn't seen him or her or whatever, years. I probably hadn't seen it in a year, other than a flutter here and there, in the rocks.
And they're not cheap because you have to feed them good.
Yeah, mine doesn't seem to eat much anything but bloodworms. Now he might be coming out at night and vacuuming up the uneaten food. I don't know, but he's eating good enough to be growing.
Yeah. I just I had one and I wasn't a fan because, like I say, all you could see was the end of its tail ever.
Yeah, you had the other one though, right? You had the clown.
Yeah, I had a clown.
Yeah, I don't remember where that one is from.
I don't know if Bob Kaler's here, but he has one that lives on the side of his tank all the time, so you can see it, and he hand feeds that thing. And he has it in there with little fish, and it doesn't eat the little fish. But
Wait a minute. Lisa says, Whip, tell us a story about how you met your wife. She's the best. Does she have a fish tank yet? Well, the 90-gallon flower horn tank up the stairs is going to be hers, which I'm sure I'll end up taking care of, which is fine. But she wanted the flower horn, so that's why we have a flower horn. I didn't really have a big draw to come get one, but if it brings her into the hobby, I'm all for that.
For sure.
Joey Logano's pool? He was just left Joey Logano. You know who Joey Logano is? NASCAR driver?
No. I really stopped watching NASCAR when Earnhardt died.
Oh, that's been a while.
Yeah, I've been in one fantasy league since, and I was pulling for Carl Edwards back then, and he was doing really good. And then the dirt bags. Okay, so every week you had to pick your driver, and if you won, whoever you placed the week before, you would get to pick, your guy, the racer for the next race.
Right.
And I was dominating the whole league. I was always picking the winners. Like the one time my guy didn't get first, I picked Earnhardt Jr. and he won, and everybody was like, "He hadn't won all year," just dumb luck. But my aunt died up in Iowa, and it was like before good cell phones and stuff, and so I couldn't contact them, and the jerks just didn't give me a team. I'm like, just pick anybody.
The MNC.
And it dropped me out of the standings for top spot, so I didn't win the money. And I'm like, you guys are jerks. And then I never played with them again. But
you took
I was a
your race car
shopster.
and went home.
Yeah, well, and I was a shopster, and I said, "See it, guys? That's why you don't play with management." He was a manager.
How did I meet my wife? Well, that is a good one. She was a blind date.
Your mom and dad were a blind date on
Really?
New Year's Eve.
I needed a date for a wedding I was going to. And I told my buddy at the time, well, he's still my buddy, but I used to hang out with him like every day. And I asked his girlfriend, I said, hey, I need a date for this wedding coming up. You know anybody? And she said, yeah, I happen to know somebody. So I met her briefly in the driveway one day, and then the next time I met her was at the wedding. Yeah, I mean, when I say I met her in the driveway, they literally pulled up. I said hi, and then they drove away. So there was no getting to know you period. And then she came to the wedding all by herself. She's sitting with my parents and my sister. She doesn't know anybody there. And I don't know, magic happened, and 32 years later, here we are.
It's awesome.
What is she asking me? I don't know who that is.
Is that Spaghetti? You don't know who Spaghetti is?
No, I know who Spaghetti is. Who's Silvestri? I was very sad to hear of his unfortunate passing. I am grateful that both my nephew, Jameson, and I met last year in August. He must be a NASCAR guy, right?
No, I don't know.
What's NAS? Is that a fish thing?
NES? NASCAR meet. August NAS meet. Oh, no. No, you're talking to Oinky.
Yeah.
That's that fish club that she got to hang out, I think, with Dennis with the dude with that big auction she was just at.
Yeah. Yeah, that East Coast stuff. I'm not familiar with the East Coast stuff other than the Clash. That's the only one I know of. Yeah, that's what it. She Norwalk Aquarium
I
Society.
always want to say Nantucket, but I know it's not Nantucket.
Norwalk. How efficient. Got meeting the family out of the way ASAP. You know that's right. Just cold. Just what is it? That's cold shoulder. We cold. Oh my God, my brain isn't working. You people. Turkey? Cold turkey. That's what it is. Jiminy crickets.
You know, my friend went cold turkey on smoking.
Aquarium
he smoked
Daily.
his whole life, and he just quit smoking. And
he died.
Now, if he smells somebody else smoking, he gets really mad and cranky. He says, "It's making me feel sick."
I know people who have actually almost died because they quit smoking because of they went through some
the
kind
nicotine
of
was keeping them alive.
Yeah. The withdrawal was so bad. I mean, I don't know if they were actually going to die, but they sure seemed like they were going to die. They got sick and everything.
This guy was always so hostile towards people that were against smoking, and then he became the biggest anti-smoker in the world.
Right.
I never smoked, and I just never really cared.
I never cared. I mean, I never really smoked. I mean, I have smoked a cigarette, probably more than 20 times in my life, but that's a lot of life for only 20 cigarettes. I don't think I can consider it smoking. Like if
You don't.
I'd had too many pops and we were in the bar and late at night, I'd probably grab one of my boy, hey man, let me have one of those, kind of thing. But that's about it. I was big into sports back then. Whoa. June, you've quit a bunch of times. Hey, Licky's here. Oh, participants have dropped off drastically. I started off with something like 80 on my first, and I'm down to 44 max now. Oh, 52, sorry. That's still not too horrible. For me just staring blankly into the screen.
It's amazing for this time of day, really. Because you got to think, a lot of people are at work or.
Oh yeah, I even 50 is way more than I would have anticipated, just because of that reason. It's a work day. It's in the middle of the work day. So speaking
People just
of,
like you, Whip.
I think they're just bored.
Yeah, but you're keeping them entertained. They just want to talk to a friend.
So Mikey says, well, you know how I met Ed? He's not only the best thing I ever found on the internet, he's the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life. Oh,
Lisa said that. Thank you, Lisa.
not Lisa, your little lady.
I know, I'm just being silly. Just being stupid.
She's over there punching the screen right now. Hey,
wait till I see Lisa.
Right. Well, I imagine it was not Whip's dance move that at the wedding that lured her in. You don't know that. I could have had the moves. Maybe. No,
you
you're
still
right.
could have the moves.
No, now the moves are, can I get out of this chair? Nicest guy you'd ever want to meet. He spoke at many clubs over the years, known him since 1987. Great loss for the hobby.
Oh. Well, that's sad. Is that Sal?
Lisa's like, no!
What was that?
Lisa. She put in there, no!
Oh, she's mean.
Well, she is taken, I don't know if you knew that, but she is spoken for.
Well, the best thing in your life doesn't have to be your soulmate. You could just be a really cool friend.
Yeah, okay. We can go with that. But anyway, it is 10:59. I'm going to start pushing buttons. I appreciate everybody who came by, listened to my rambling. I do. How did we do today, Ed?
Well, I only got about a quarter of the way.
So
you sure you don't want to go for 3 more hours?
You can maybe jump onto John's show.
So this is going to fit in the middle.
Oh, I got you.
And then this is what's going to hang on the side of the tank, and the hose is going to go up through this. So I still need to pull out more on the back to weigh it, so it'll stand even on a fish tank.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll probably
how is it going to hang? This. I mean, where does it sit?
It's going to sit right on the side of the tank, like on the lip.
On the lip?
But I'm going to have a whole nother thing right here. So the lip is going to be like, oh, actually, I've got this big base. So it's going to kind of sit on these 2 blocks I built that are pretty heavy. They're about a half a pound of clay right here. And then I'm going to put the hook on the back of this to fit right on top of the tank.
So,
But I'll
cool.
just put it all in a plastic bag and save it for the next show that I'm on.
All right. So Lisa said you are definitely one of her best friends.
Oh, she's too sweet.
She is, because we all know she's lying.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Zenny says Oinky and Ed are so flippin' cute. I'm not happy that their combined forces means none of us will ever win anything in giveaways ever again.
I'm better at live performances, but she's good there too.
Yeah, for sure. I was standing right next to her. I guess we're gonna go a little over, John. Sorry, John.
Well,
She and my wife were doing the where you drop your tickets in, and they were calling off the numbers, and she had a pile of stuff, already by the time I caught up with them, and I texted John. I'm like, "You're gonna have to bring the car up." So he wandered over to see what she had all won already.
well, there was Aquashellos, the first one Lefty went to, and Lefty and her bought a whole bunch of tickets together. But I had went already up there, and I bought. How Aquashella does it is they sell them in groups of 20, and just one number for 20 of the same number. So it's real cool. So what I do is I go there and I buy the easy numbers to remember. So I have to end in 5. So like 832950 or 82955. And I was on the opposite side of them, and she kept getting all excited because she had before me and after me. But I had bought the tickets in between hers. She's like, "Who is this? It keeps winning our prizes." It was funny. I think I won like 6 things that day. It was funny.
Yeah, she said I like giving away my winnings to my friends. She definitely did that. I told her it was a miscommunication, but she had won a stand to a smaller tank, and I thought she was going to tell him to re-raffle it because it was heavy. I mean, that little stand was heavy, and I said I'll take it. I mean, meaning I would carry it for her because she already was overflowing with stuff,
Is
and
that in Chicago?
yeah.
I think I was standing next to you.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll take it. So, meaning I would carry it. And she's like, okay, you take it. And I'm like, no, no, no.
Yeah, that was like a
That's not what I
flugel
meant.
stand or something really nice.
Hey, Jesse, what's going on? We're gonna end right now because I feel bad about going over Johnny. So
Oh yeah.
I will see y'all next Friday, and hopefully I'll have more to talk about. I'll write stuff down and make plans. All right. So thanks for showing up, and we'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day and a great weekend. Get tanked.
Bye.